Good morning, YouTube. I just had a good cry, and I'm going to explain why I was crying. There's a lot of reasons I cry. I'm trying to finish my Grudge series. It's October 17th, almost 8 o'clock on Tuesday. First, I want to finish this Grudge series, and then I'll get back to my general conversations. I haven't learned the device, the tablet, well enough yet to make documentaries, but slowly learning it, and I will begin my documentary and my artistic short movies, probably in November. But continuing my little Grudge series, number 7 is the Skinny Glam competition. And I wanted to talk about the skinny and fat thing because it's been a major theme in my life and a major haunting of my soul. I just got all choked up thinking about people, men and women, that I've known who have been in wheelchairs. And my neighbor is in a wheelchair. She never comes out of her bedroom. Well, I say never because I exaggerate, but so infrequently that sometimes I don't even know if she's still around. And not that I blame her, but she's been in that wheelchair 10 years, and I can't even imagine being in a wheelchair for a week. I can't. I cry for myself many times about things that people probably feel are silly, and but emotions are emotions, feelings are feelings, and passion does not discriminate about the value or the worth or the um, real realness of an emotion. Passion. I can passionately be angry about how I feel some cruelties between people are just unjust and awful, and I can feel passionate and show all my anger and fury, in some smash and bash insanity. Uh, and then you have a moment of perspective where it's like you see someone who does have it way worse than any of the pettiness that you're ranting about, and you cry, or I cry because I know that there's someone who exists who has it way worse than whatever injustice I'm crying about. But that doesn't matter to passion. Passion inside of you is a fire, and it exaggerates any feeling. And maybe, if I say my little cuts and boo-boos on my legs are are the end of the world, maybe if that's silly and stupid and an exaggeration compared to someone in a wheelchair, or 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 someone who is paraplegic or something like that. But compared to someone who's perfect and driving a Lamborghini, the passion is not going to say that that feeling is invalid. So it's all based on comparison. And they say, oh, well, happiness is, not about this, or happiness is not about that. Maybe happiness is the least definable thing that ever existed. Anyway, going back to my grudge list, because I just find it interesting to know where anger comes from. Okay. They say when you forgive someone, it's not for them, it's for you, right? I can easily forgive everything and I won't exist anymore. So these grudges are just like my cigarettes. Grudges and cigarettes are actually, ironically, the reason I'm still here. It's not for the love of a great husband, that's for damn sure. It's not for a best friend who's always at my side. That's for damn sure. And it's not because I'm a millionaire who can just poof buy a Lamborghini like that. That's for damn sure. So, on number 7, the Skinny Glam competition. That's the number 7 on the top 10 list of grudges. And this has to do with skinny and fat shaming. And this horrible competition that I've witnessed for 52 years. That's correct. 52 years. Now, for the first 8 years of my life, I was skinny. Yes, the first 8 years of my life. Actually, no. I'm going to say the first 10 years of my life, I was skinny. I didn't really start getting baby fat and chunky until I was about 10, 11. That's when I started maybe eating too many donuts or, ho-hos or whatever. But I'd say the first decade of my life, the first 10 years, I was pretty skinny. But I mean, as a kid, my first 10 years, I didn't care about that. I mean, I was 10 years, I was a kid. I don't, that stuff, I never even knew about that stuff. My mom was like a model, skinny, size whatever, 2 or whatever the heck you think the model's size is. She was a model. She was perfect. Many men wanted her, desired her because she was perfect. And I thought she was beautiful, but I didn't look at her the way they looked at her. I looked at her like she was a god, a goddess, my savior. Um, my grandmother was very, very old, and she wasn't skinny, and she wasn't beautiful like a model, but she was the love of my life because she knew how to show me the love that my mother couldn't because she was always working or trying to please those men. So anyway, I learned in that first 10 years, even though I was skinny, that love had nothing to do with these bodies that that we think has everything to do with love. It has nothing to do with these bodies. These bodies are just shells that our souls live in, and love is all about what's inside, not on the outside. So if you think that you love somebody because they look like a certain way, that's love at first sight. That's what they call love at first sight. But that's not real love. It's what gets you there. It's like the doorway, the gate. It starts with attraction, but that's not the meat and potatoes about love. And that's only really between lovers, the attraction part, because you can love many people, without sex. You can. It's a different kind of love. And I'm talking about sex because that's why number 8 was all about sex. So number 7, I want to talk about these physical appearances, and that's why it's a grudge, because there's a skinny and fat shaming thing, and it's a competition that has hurt both skinny and fat women. Yeah, I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Skinny and fat women. Skinny and fat women. Skinny and fat women. And if one of us puts up a naked picture, whether we're skinny or fat, you should fucking deal with it. Because there's a reason for it. And I have a grudge, yes. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of women hating women because men want some fucking toothpicks to fuck.